types of dynamic logic circuit. Because as you already know, when we're talking about the different types of dynamic logic circuit, ultimately we're discussing about the different types of CMOS logic and can be designed with help of the NMOS and PMOS. With help of the NMOS and PMOS, we can design the different types of circuit and we can also design the different types of combinations too. When we design the dynamic logic circuit or dynamic CMOS logic circuit, ultimately we discuss about the limitation of CMOS. Because see, as you already know, the CMOS have also some certain limitations. Like the NMOS is always equivalent to PMOS, that I already explained. If you're using the PMOS, then ultimately you have to use two NMOS compulsory. If PMOS is connected in series, then NMOS is connected in parallel. If NMOS is connected in series, then PMOS is connected in parallel. So ultimately, always NMOS is equivalent to PMOS, right? But suppose if you have some circuit, then you require only one PMOS and four NMOS. Then ultimately still you have to use three more PMOS. So this one is a certain limitations, or you can say that the main limitations of the CMOS technology. And because of these limitations, ultimately it increase the amount of time, and also we can say that increase the power consumption too, because if your area will be increasing, if your transistor will be increasing, then ultimately area increase and as well as performance power will be increase, or we can say that it will be slow, circuit will be work as a slow circuit, or we can say that your power consumption increases, right? So here we study the different types of dynamic CMOS logic circuits. So as you can see, here you can see when we're talking about the different types of dynamic logic circuit, I am connected one PMOS on the top end side. It is connected with the input 5, and ultimately we are connected with the NMOS transistor too. We are connected PMOS and NMOS, and I have to connect the bunch of NMOS transistor, and yeah, it will work. See, in this session we also discuss about the different types of domino logic circuits, different types of NORA based circuit or ZIPO based circuit. This circuit is play a main role when we talking about a dynamic logic circuit. When we talking about the different types of dynamic logic circuit parts, and it play a main role when we apply the switching to. So now we go ahead and we discuss about the different types of circuit. As you can see, we are connected on PMOS, NMOS, and the bunch of NMOS. So ultimately, if you have some circuit that if you require the 5 PMOS or you require the 15 NMOS, then ultimately you don't need to add 10 more PMOS. This one is the advantage of dynamic CMOS logic circuit as compared to the other type of CMOS logic circuits. Right? So here you can see the one example. As you can see, Z is equal to A into B plus C plus D into A whole bar. So it can be designed with help of this type of circuit logic too. There is no need to add multiple number of PMOSes is connected in series and parallel manner. So this one is a next generation technology, or we can say that the latest CMOS configurations design as compared to a normal CMOS configuration. Because ultimately here you can see we reduce number of PMOSes, and if we reduce the number of PMOSes, then ultimately what exactly happens? The area consumption will be less and your power consumption will be less as compared to the normal CMOS configuration. Now cascading problem. Now this was the main thing when we discuss about the cascading problem in dynamic CMOS logic circuit, because ultimately when we are discussing about a cascading problem in CMOS logic circuit, then what exactly we are discussing? We are discussing about a cascading things. Cascading means what? We are discussing about a combination of NMOS, PMOS, and this particular MOSFET is have the next MOSFET, and so on circuit. Now what exactly the problem arises when we are talking about a cascading? In cascading means what? The output of the one transistor will drive the next transistor logic circuit, or next transistor circuit. So as you can see, I am connected here the PMOS is an NMOS circuit. I am connected here one NMOS logic blocks, and then we are connected the circuit over here. So ultimately what exactly happening in this particular circuit, we discuss about a circuit configurations. In it we are applying the input 5, it is connected with the PMOS. I am connected here the NMOS configuration block, and one more NMOS is also connected. It is equivalent connected with the PMOS circuit. Now the output of the PMOS, we can say that it drive a next N stage block circuit. Now what exactly happening in this particular circuit, as you can see. So cascading problem in dynamic CMOS logic, considering the two-stage dynamic logic circuit. During the pre-charge, both the Vout plus Vout 1 and Vout 2 cascading problem. cascading problem in dynamic CMOS logic circuit. When we're talking about the cascading problem in dynamic CMOS logic circuits, considering the two-stage dynamic logic circuit. During the pre-charge, both Vout1 and Vout2 are pre-charged to VDD. When the phi goes too high to begin evolve, all the input at stage 1 require some finite time to resolve. But during the time charge, may erroneously the discharge from Vout2. Because ultimately when you're talking about the switching circuit from NMOS to PMOS, and when your all NMOS goes from high to low, it takes a certain amount of time for the discharging. And at the same time, if your next transistor will be dry for the same time, what exactly happening with the same moment? At the same moment, your next transistor will be turned on. So it takes a certain amount of time and delay will be generated in the circuit. It's called as a race problem in the circuit. We go ahead and discuss. Assume that eventually the first stage NMOS logic tree conduct and fully discharge to Vout1. But since all the inputs to the AND tree are not immediately resolved, it takes some certain amount of time to finally discharge to Vout to ground. Definitely it takes some amount of time to charging from Vout1 to ground. If during this time delay, the second stage has the input condition shown with the bottom NMOS transistor gate and logic 1, then the Vout2 will start to fall and discharge with load capacitance until the Vout1 family finally evolves the turn off and the top series NMOS transistor in stage 2. So as you can see, when you provide the switching circuit on the both the side of circuit at the same time, it will creating the problem. Means when you drive the second stage, if your first stage is not fully connected to the ground, ultimately it creating the racing problem and it will generate the time delay problem in the circuit. Now we go ahead and we discuss about the domino logic circuits. As you can see, in the domino logic circuit, what exactly we are using the domino logic circuit? What exactly the reason that behind we are using the domino logic circuit? So reason is very clear. Whenever we are designing any logic circuits with help of the CMOS, we can design either NAND gate, NOR gate, and inverter. With help of these three logic family, we can design the circuit, right? But you cannot directly design the AND gate using the CMOS. Ultimately, you have to design the NAND gate. After that, you have to put one more inverter and it became AND gate. Similarly, if you want to design the OR gate, you cannot directly design the OR gate. The reason is very clear. You have to design the NOR gate. You have to put one inverter and then it became a OR gate. So ultimately, when you are talking about the CMOS domino logic circuit, ultimately we are discussing about the circuit gates, and here you are connected with one more extra inverter circuit. So in domino logic circuit, it comes with the inbuilt inverter. Fine. So you can directly get a inverted output. You can directly design the AND gate, you can directly design the OR gate, or you can directly design any type of logic too. So when you're talking about the CMOS domino logic circuit, then we are directly achieving the output, right? You cannot directly design other configuration circuits. You cannot directly design the other configuration of the circuits. Okay, so as you can see, we are connected with PMOS, we are connected with the ground of box, and then we connected the inverter. Ultimately, when we are discussing about a domino logic circuit, then we are connected with the inverter too. So we are directly getting the inverter output as compared to a normal inverter circuit. We are connected PMOS, ground, logic blocks, and then the inverter. Okay, so we can directly design the AND gate, OR gate, and other type of the gate. We can directly design. We are not need to design the NAND gate and NOR gate for the same. The problem with fully faulty discharge of pre-charged nodes in CMOS dynamic logic circuit can be solved by placing an inverter in series with each of the blocks. Definitely, if you have put the inverter in the circuit, then ultimately if one circuit will be turned on, then the other circuit will be turned on. If other circuit will be turned on, then other circuit will be turned off. So this one we can say that solving the cascading problem to when we connected with the domino logic circuit, right? Because in terms of the inverter, any one circuit can be drive at a time if you are connected two together, right? So all the input to the AND logic blocks therefore will be at 0 volt during the discharge and will remain at 0 until the evolution stage has logic input to discharge the pre-charge node is there. The circuit approach avoid the racing problems, as you already know, and the all circuit provide the inverted output too. So we can directly achieve a better output as compared to the existing system. Now we're talking about the NP-domino logic circuits. What exactly NP-domino logic circuit is? We're talking about the NORA logic family, or we're talking about the NORA logic circuits. As you can see in NORA logic circuit, what exactly we do? Did it in specific domino logic circuit. In specific domino logic circuit, we are considering only a AND block configuration, and we are connected with the inverter. Here you can see we are connected with AND block, P block. We are connected with AND block and P block too. We are connected with the clock pulse. We are connected with the buffer input too. So basically, when we drive the particular circuit, as you can see, connected with the inverter circuit too. Fine. So basically, we are getting much more stable output as compared to the other type of circuits, and ultimately reduce the size complexity as compared to the normal CMOS configuration. So alternative stage of AND logic and the stage of P logic. So AND logic stage use true clock and normally discharge enabling the process when the AND logic tree in the pull down leg. The P logic stage use the complementary clock, because ultimately, as I already told you, if your one block is working with the rising edge, then another block is definitely working on the negative edge, because ultimately the inverter is connected, and because of that reason we cannot say facing the racing problem, or we can say that the overlapping issue. It can be easily solved. So during the discharge clock is low or clock is high, the P logic output discharge to ground, and while the AND logic output discharge to VDD. Ultimately, when your clock pulse is going to high to low, low to high, ultimately one logic family can turn on and turn off. So during the evolution, the clock is high. Both the type of stage go through the evolution process, and logic tree logically evolve to the ground, while the P logic tree logically evolve to VDD. So now we move on the next circuit. It's talking about the zipper logic circuit. Now what is zipper logic circuit? The zipper logic circuit, as you can see, we are connected with the AND logic blocks, we are connected with the P logic block, we are connected with a specific PMOS configuration, we are connected with the ground block too. So ultimately, when we are talking about a connection establishment, we are connected with the AND logic block, we are connected with the P logic block, we are connected with the AND logic block, then again we are connected with the P logic block. Ultimately, in this particular logic configurations, we are driving a PMOS circuits, we are driving the NMOS circuit with help of a combinational blocks. So in zipper circuit, you can see that getting the slightly better answer as compared to the other type of logic family configuration circuits. So zipper clock logic is a scheme for improving the charge leakage and charge sharing problem. Definitely, if you're talking about the zipper logic circuit, then ultimately we are achieving the better output as compared to the other type of logic family. So pre-charge transistor receive a slightly modified clock where the clock pulses hold the pre-charge transistor at peak condition in order to provide a critical pre-charge current during the evolution phase. So the PMOS pre-charge transistor gates are held at VDD, it's VTP, and NMOS pre-charge transistor gate is held at VTN and above a ground. So ultimately, when we are talking about the different types of logic family and we discuss about the different types of dynamic logic circuit, each and every dynamic circuit is play a main role to improving the quality of circuit, to improving the performance of the circuit, to improve the size complexity. It take a minimum amount of size so we can add more transistor, and as for the more, if you increasing more and more transistor, then ultimately you are getting the better output as compared to the existing system. Because if you are increasing more transistor, then your performance of the chip will be increased. Fine. So I hope that you are getting the idea about the different types of switching configurations, right? And different types of dynamic logic circuits. If you have a still any doubt, then you can tell me or you can contact me on my email ID. So thank you for watching.